Hey you guys out there, another episode of Roy's Garage here in lovely Williams, Arizona. So, been working on our Project Z car, and while it's up in the air, went ahead and blacked out the inside of the front of the radiator support, and blacked that out. That's just using spray bomb just to black it out, because the aftermarket grill that's going to go on here is going to be, it's a satin black, and with all the crappy overspray and blue paint inside there, it was definitely better to go ahead and black this out. Spend a couple minutes and blow some black in there and make it look a hell of a lot better than it was. And so I can get this car on the ground. I mean, it's up in the air, and that's definitely the best time to do something like that, is when you got it up in the air. And then I went ahead and trimmed my edges on my front fender openings, and then I could put the tires on and get this thing back on the ground. Get it back on the ground again. So after I do that, next thing I got to deal with is some of this shit right here that's right on the bottom of the rubber of the windshield. That cowl panel doesn't come up high enough to cover this, so I gotta fuck with that all the way across, and at least get it cleaned up, and at least get the color, the newer color, down below that. And I think what I might do is I might black out some of this under here when I get ready to clean that up, because that's all shitty, flaky paint that it just looks like shit. Just looks like shit. And you know, when God, it's kind of hard to open. And then I got to take some time and sand down these edges. I want to blow color down the edges, so at least that part will be the body color of the car. Now this thing is red and yellow, and it's like every time I mask on it, I peel off some more fucking paint. So got to do the edges of the fucking hood, inside the fenders too. You know, this side's the same way. You mask on it, and then you start seeing some red. See the red? There's red and yellow and all kinds of weird shit going on with this hood that's been around the block a couple times. And then if you look, I don't know if you can see it, but there's all shitty paint down the inside of the fender edges, and I'm going to try my best to clean that up, and I'll blow some color in the fender edges, and try to make it look nice, a little bit nicer. Same with the area where those lift doors go, that fit around this fender. And then probably down the inside of this edge here, I got to clean that up, put some color in there and trim that out. So, you know, doing these cars takes a long time, man. It just doesn't happen. You got to do it a little bit at a time and trim it out the best you can. This thing's a budget car paint job. It's not a full paint job. So you can only spend so much time on this stuff and try to do a nice job and in the end, but you have to keep in your mind it's a budget job. So especially when you're doing it for a customer that has X amount of dollars to do a car like this. So I got to do edges and get that part done, and then we'll get on to sanding out the main body work and everything else. Get this thing back on the ground, or it's easier to work on. So that's what's happening. That's what's going on. Catch you later.